I'm Chris Dorman, and welcome to the inaugural episode of So What, a podcast dedicated to Christian theology. You're likely tuning in because you saw my interview with Pastor Bob Beeman. If you saw that interview, then you know a little bit about me, my background, my relationship with Sanctuary International and Bob Beeman. If you did see that podcast and decided to tune in anyway, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Theology. The definition is simple: the study of God. But theology encompasses much more than that. Theology also encompasses what we believe to be true about God, what God requires of us, His works, His person, His character. You may be watching this and you're not a Christian. You will have a theology. You will have personal beliefs about God and what God requires of you that differ from mine. If you're an agnostic, you're not sure that God exists, or you're an atheist, and you don't believe that God exists at all, you also have a theology, because you have beliefs about God. You do. And those beliefs about God, or the denial of His existence, impact how you live, the choices that you make, what you believe is okay, what you believe is not okay. If you're a Christian, you also have a theology. And if you've looked at a church directory recently, then you've probably seen that there are thousands and thousands of different denominations. Now, they're not all based on differing views of the Bible, but a lot of them are. Okay, so there are a lot of different views out there about what the Bible teaches, about who God is, what God requires of us, right? And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to search the scriptures together to see whether or not our theologies are biblical ones. Why is this important? Why does it matter? Because you see, guys, we live in a fallen world. There's pain and disappointment all around us. Are you one of the walking wounded that Pastor Bob speaks of? Have you been let down by the church? Have the people that you loved let you down? Have you let down the people that you love? Folks, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. We are sinful. Our world is corrupt. It's broken. It's been impacted by sin. And so, if we're to make sense of this world, if we're to survive every day, then we need to understand our God, don't we? We need to know Him. We need to understand Him. We need to know why He's created us. We need to understand why we're here. Guys, getting up sometimes can be really hard, right? Just putting one foot in front of the other every day can really be a chore. But if you know your God, if you have certainty in the character of God, then there's really almost nothing. There's really nothing that you can't take. There's almost nothing that you can't face. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy. Do you think it was easy for the Apostle Paul to be beaten, to be starved, to be imprisoned? No. But he could do it. He could do it, and he could sing, and he could worship God in jail. Why? Because he knew his God. He knew his God was bigger than his circumstances. He knew his God was almighty. He knew his God was good. He knew his God was wise. And he knew that his Son, Jesus Christ, died for his sin. So he knew there was an eternal plan that surpassed anything that Paul could understand in his own limited understanding. He trusted that God. Do you? Do you? Do you have a faith like that? If you don't, do you want a faith like that? Then you know what? You need to get to know your God. You need to look at the scriptures to see what God has revealed of himself. Why? That we might reflect his Son to the world. That we might have hope when the world around us is hopeless. That we might have a sense of purpose when the world is directionless. Guys, do you want that kind of faith? Do you want to love Jesus with all of your heart, with all of your soul, and all of your strength? Then come. Come with me. Let's search the scriptures together that we might come to know this God through his Son, Jesus Christ, and the power of the indwelling Spirit. Come, will you join me? I really, really hope that you will. I look forward to these studies together. I'll talk to you very soon, okay? Bye.